All right, we're going to get right into this. First of all,
what happened to 5 seconds?
My busy is busier than yours. We're going to argue today.
We can definitely argue.
We're going to argue today.
And you know what? It wouldn't matter because you still going to feel the way you feel. And I'm telling you, I'm still going to feel the way I feel. So you can say
I know because that's how women are. Y'all feel the way y'all feel even when y'all wrong. I'm telling you, my busy is busier than yours.
And that's how men are too. What are you about to do today?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What are you about to do? Again, here we go.
Okay, I'll tell you what. First thing I'm going to do is I started the show and I got to call in. First of all, I'm so fucking busy I got to call in.
Why do you have to call in?
Because me and Tasha have things to do. We got house things to do. You got to see. That's what women do. If you calm down, I'll spit them out for you.
I need definite detail. Like,
okay,
do you have to be there for sure?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. First of all, I have to get back up there and move some things around. We got to throw some shit away. I got to buy a refrigerator. Like, mind you, I've been off one day since November 27th.
Here we go.
You know
what
I mean?
day was that?
November 27th.
No, I said, what day have you been off? You said you only been off one day.
I called in. See, that's how busy I am. I got to call in to get unbusy. You know what I mean?
Y'all.
So I called in. I think it was maybe the 18th or the 19th.
Ryan worked 24 hours, y'all. Ryan works literally. Coca-Cola does not shut down. No, but I work.
It does. Hey, actually, it don't.
It does not shut down for him. He is to be there 24 hours. Talking to Ryan, he's to be there 24 hours a day. Like, no, I'm sorry, 23. Because they do give him an hour break to pee and do other stuff. But then the rest, he's at Coca-Cola. He's doing nothing else. Nothing. He's just there.
No, that's beyond the sarcasm.
On the forklift.
All right, that's beyond the sarcasm. Let me tell y'all, first of all, if you work 12-hour days, you stay an hour and 20 minutes away from your job, let's just say hour and a half. That's 15 hours right there to get back there, to work, and then back home.
And you started that 5 minutes ago. What else?
I started 5 minutes ago?
You just moved. You haven't. It's not like you've been doing this
for
a
month.
Years.
I didn't say I've been busy for the past 5 years.
Then leave that part out.
Okay, so I got to wait a couple more months to say I'm busy?
Then leave that part out. Because you've been saying this even before
women's argument makes no sense.
No, because he been saying
I'm
that.
I'm busy now.
He's been saying that even before he moved. You know what? You can have.
I was busy then.
You can have 5 million things to do. Ron still think he's busier than you, and that's anybody's conversation. He'll still be like, but I do this, but I do that.
Because the average person doesn't work like 30 out of 32 days.
You hear what I mean?
All the time. So that would make me a little busier than you, and then plus I have my life stuff to do too. Y'all have off days.
Sure.
See, if you got a day off, that means you're a little less busy than me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just how it is. Facts.
All right.
You know what I mean? Great. Like you off today, right?
Great. Yeah, I am.
You don't have to call in or anything.
I am. But you
weren't busy.
You done had 2-week vacations. You done been out of town. You done been.
The last time was in June.
Oh, that was June.
I'm the type of brother, I burn my vacation days because I go for vacations for weeks at a time. So I have none when the holidays come. So I have to suck it up and take that rust.
So just because you used yours in the beginning.
No, I could call off. I ain't a slave, but I need that money. You know what I mean?
Don't we all? Anyway, like I said, you could be busy.
Anyway, my busy is busier than yours. So how have you been? How was your holiday?
And we'll let him believe that because that's what you have to do with Ron. With Ron, you just
Bianca ain't doing nothing. Hey, y'all know what? I love Bianca because she's starting to become like a sister. We starting to argue a little bit now, but I can tell y'all Bianca ain't doing nothing.
And we definitely need to because somebody needs to tell Ron opposed to just not telling him. It's not. Ron be like, me. I'm busier and I do this more.
I am busier.
And I do this more. And if you talking about that, then I do that more. There's no.
No, I don't do nothing more than nobody but just work.
There is no.
I only said I do one thing more than people.
There is no rhyme or reason with Ron. So, rhyme or reason with Ron, none. There's none.
I think that's gonna be the name of my new show.
I think it should be
Rhyme and Reason with Ron.
I think it should be.
As soon as Bianca quits, because before the show she was saying, you know what, I don't got time.
And then it'll be none at the end, like none, because you're just it's just, is it worth it?
Hey, look, I will tell you this: Bianca just hates the fact that she's not busier than me. But anyway, how was the holiday?
The lies, but let's let them think so.
She gonna go home and get right back in the bed.
Let's let them think so, like we do men all the time. You're right. You're right. Anyway,
So can I have that? Even if it's fake, I can have that.
No. No. I thought about it. No. My holiday was okay. It was cool. My family didn't get together like we normally do because everybody was busy doing different stuff. So it was kind of like a separate thing. Mm-hmm. But it was okay. It was different, but it was okay. I can't complain. How was your holiday?
I was busy. I didn't have no holiday. I was at work. No, it was all right. I came down, got a chance to be with my family and shit. Christmas Eve, I didn't do shit, though. Sat around the house, watched TV. Had to get out on Christmas. I didn't want to, but I got out.
See?
Like, I don't know. I didn't mean to be a Grinch this year, so I did get out, but it was like, man. In 2020, I'm really focusing on, like, trying to fucking be self-employed.
What did you do? When you got out to see people, what do you mean? What did you do different that would make people think you're a Grinch?
Because I didn't want to come.
Oh.
Like, literally, I did not want to come. It was like, shit, just like, man, our busy work schedules, I guess different jobs are different. Like Coca-Cola, these motherfuckers really think that people just need millions of cans of pop even after, like, the holidays approaching, right? Christmas Eve is, like, tomorrow. And we're still running crazy schedules. Like, bro, shipping is off for the week. So why are we still making this shit? You know what I mean? That's the type of job I have. So it's like, dude, they're not going to get this shit to their table on Christmas. So, but they still run it.
Who said, no, we're still going.
Exactly. And I don't understand it, but I really, like, man, I think sometimes the radio and, like, some people talk to you and shit. I just be, like, I was listening, I think it was Heat, Channel 46 on Sirius Satellite, and they had DJ, what's his guy, Kid Capri. And he was talking about, it was like the third person that I heard just talking about, like, just get your own shit together. It's like one thing, my website, I want to start that shit and just, like, stay on it. Because when you think about it, like, taxes beat the shit out of our ass when we at work. We can work all the time. We got to go exempt to see a little bit of money and then pay the government and all that shit. It's too complicated.
It is definitely ridiculous.
Yeah, and I'm just tired of that shit. And it's like, now since we combined incomes, me and Tasha, it's like, I could just really, like, I don't need a lot of that overtime. It's like, I need my life back. I had a 5-year plan almost 5 years ago. And one of the things was to, like, I didn't say to own my own business right in 5 years, but at least setting myself up to kind of wean myself off of work.
Well, that's what's happening.
And, man, but it ain't happening fast enough. I'm fucking sick and tired of it.
Well, you have to think, if you're not going to work for the rest of your life or set yourself up to not work for the rest of your life, it's going to take a minute. It's not like, it'll be different if you like, I'm going to set myself up so I won't have to work for the next 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. That's
totally different. But if you're talking about, I don't want to work I don't want to work for someone for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Then it's going to take a little bit of time. And depending on when you started it, your finances when you started, like, it all that comes into play. So if it was like, it'll take you 7 or 8 years so you won't have to work for the rest, I'll take that 7 or 8.
Yeah, hell yeah. I would trade that any day. But of course, like people do, they make the plan and then they don't, like, stick to it all the way 100%. You still, like, accumulate bills that you may not need, or some are higher. And so that happens, of course. You know what I mean? It's hard to just be, like, really, really fucking frugal. Like, just to live on the bare minimum. It's hard as fuck to do that. You can say it all day. You can plan it out. You can see it. You can visualize it, I mean. But when it comes to really doing it, reality, it's like, okay, you know you're making a mistake, right? You're going to do this, you're going to do that, when you could do something else. You could do something much cheaper, you could do something way more cost-effective, and, you know, it's been some bumps.
Well, they say if you wanna do that, you have to be, what did they say, 75%? Like, 75% of the things that you normally do, you would have to get rid of. So, like, if you live on your own, you would need a roommate. If you have a car payment, you would have to get, like, a cheaper car. If you, like, all your expenses that you have would have to downsize tremendously for you to save up the type of money that you need to start your business. So a lot of people do go, like, move in with parents and do all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to have to pay all of those things, especially on your own, having to pay all those things. And then you think, like, I could have saved this $300-400 and put it back, opposed to having this. Or my utilities are a stupid amount, like I could do something else or get a smaller place instead of paying everything that I'm paying. So yeah, it's a life-changing thing. Me personally, you know what? I don't have. Okay, so this is the issue that I think as far as like self-employment. I think self-employment is great. Would I love to do that? I can go either way. Mm-hmm. I could be cool with working for someone, or I could be cool going either way. And the reason why I say that is because this. Even though, like, we make self-employment seem like it's just the like, if you're not self-employed, like, you're doing life wrong. You're doing this. But you still work for somebody. Like, you work for the people who, you know, you work for someone. Because let's say if you have an auto shop and you have just horrible service, like, your shit is good, like, your business is good, but you, customer service-wise, you're trash. Like, people, you need people to come to you, you know, and I think sometimes we forget that. Like, you still have to have good service in order to, depending on what business you have, to deal with people. Even if you don't deal with people face to face, you deal with other companies who you're doing business with. Yeah. And if they don't like how you do things, like, they don't have to do business with you. Yeah. So you still work for somebody. The being able to do what you want, now that's different. That's like,
that's the part.
Yeah, that's the part of right like
there.
I can kind of do what I want, even though I still have to answer to people. I can still kind of move around more than not. But then we forget too, there are people who work for certain companies who bank and make way more money than, and get to travel and make way more money than somebody who is self-employed. So I think we must remember whatever way.
You got to get a little bit of education behind you to get those jobs.
Well, sometimes you do. Unless, I mean, there's people who have gotten it along the way, and that job actually paid for them to go to school because they knew how smart they were. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's everybody's life is geared towards something different. I just want to make it clear that for me, I'm not saying that, you know, if you not self-employed, you're not doing it right. I think whatever makes you happy. However, Ron has said this whole time, like, that's what I'm trying to get to. I really want to get to this. And I think that's like it's great, and it's hard to like try to downsize everything.
Hell yeah.
But it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. What I was about to say too is like, I'm not one of those, and this might sound weird. Yes, I will say this first. Yes, I want to be financially stable. I want to be rich. But I would settle for, it's not just all about the money, it's about time. Yeah. Like, we joked about being busy. It's like, you can't get to the point to what, like, the last 5 years, my family interaction has been almost non-existent. Yeah. Because it's like I always have to go to work. And a motherfucker, like, I'm getting up there. I'm 43 years old. So it's like, if you work damn all the time, and now I'm in a relationship, it's like, okay, well, you want to do things with her? We ain't had a date night in I don't know how long. It's like my nieces and nephews are growing up. Like, shit, I see them sometimes like, damn, did you grow a foot? It's like, and I might not have seen them in a couple of months. It's like, let's just say, and I don't make a ton of money in Coca-Cola. It's decent, though. But if I can have my own, like if I was my own boss and I made that exact amount of money, but I had like double the time, I would take that.
Because when you get into work mode, so before I celebrated with my friend for her birthday, we went on a cruise. So before I left, in my head, I'm thinking about all these things that I need to do. Yeah. So my old department that I was with is like, we were behind, we need help. I'm like, okay, when I come home, I'm gonna tackle this overtime. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna kill it. Whatever. Because people have seen me, if you on my social media page, like, I've had my son at work with me. Like, mama gotta get this money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it happens. Like, overtime is like 13 hours. Like, you there trying to get it on the weekends, not even your days. You taking days because you just thinking, I'm calculating how much I can get. So before I left, they called me and they're like, I'm thinking like, oh shit, they're gonna talk about my time. I don't care. I'm telling them. Like, I tell everybody, I'm late. So they call me and they're like, hey, we went over everything. You know, we're giving you a raise. And you got your bonus and you got this. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? But our job did a switch of like a transfer. It's kind of complicated, but like they added something and the company that they added basically has a lot of perks. And I do get paid decent money. I can say I get paid decent money. So when they were like, they were going to give me a raise, I was like, damn, so when I get back, I could if I do this amount of overtime,
Mm-hmm.
your brain is already set to like, if I make more money, if I do this. And it's never set up to like, let me chill out and just enjoy myself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because even when you out enjoying yourself, you thinking, I need to re-up what I'm losing right now.
Yeah.
And
I
if
gotta
I
come
work,
out and get this money back.
yeah, and I have to, as soon as I come back, I need to jump in and go to work to make this money.
Uh-huh.
So to not have to think that way, to be like, I'm okay. It's got to be like one of the. I mean, I'm not trying to say that you don't have to, because just like we looked at Cardi B and when she was crying, like, I got this to do, I got that to do, and we just thinking, shit, you out here just blowing money.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I have places to be. I have to do this. I have to do this. Like, I hardly get a day to myself. So
Exactly.
it's not to say that just because, like, you own your own business or you do this, you're not going to be busy and doing shit. Because I don't think that part really stops if you have a successful business.
Exactly.
But to be like, I don't have to go in and clock in, or I don't have to, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know. It's got to be an amazing feeling.
Man, when you can take a personal day or a personal week, you know what I mean? Don't have to ask anybody, okay, I need this vacation. Those are the perks I want. Like, financially, yes, we all need money. And yes, we will all take more. We will, you know what I mean? You won't have to force it on me. I'll accept it.
Said, no, fine then, since you're giving it away.
But it's just the time. I want to be able to wake up, and I won't become just this lazy person getting up at 2:00 in the afternoon. But I wouldn't mind waking up and like, okay, I'll get a little work done. Go, you know what I mean? Start doing things that I don't do. Like maybe take my damn laptop and go to Starbucks and sit in there, even though I'm not a coffee drinker. You know what I mean?
I love when
people
I see
have
them there.
options.
I love when I see them. When I see people like working from home
Yeah.
and they be at Starbucks just drinking.
Uh-huh.
Like, I want to ask them, where you work? Like,
Exactly.
tell me what I need to do to get to be a part of this.
Learn me something, brother. I need to know what the hell do you do, because I need to do that. And that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want to have, well, I won't say I don't want to have an actual physical business, but I've learned so many things over the past couple of years as far as like how people make money on the internet. And you can work from wherever the hell you want to work. Like when breaking news happens and stuff like that. Like I saw the power of articles. I wrote a few articles and like I just saw it do good, but it was just like, hey, you got, you know what I mean, you got to work. Sometimes you can't come in and just get right to that. Your brain is here, your brain is there, and it's like you just can't write like you want to. But all right, maybe a week ago, I had a little time before work. I got up, and this was like literally a week ago. I think I wrote one. I don't know what days it was. I wrote one, and then I wrote one the next day when I woke up. And when I checked back, like because it has Google ads on the website, so people will click on it, or even if they see it, it's like pennies every time somebody clicks. But it was like those two articles within like 4 days, they made $150. Now, sit and think about these websites that you see on Facebook or something like that, and they're dropping 10 of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They're doing it all day. So it's like, okay, it's not millionaire money. I can't go out and buy a fucking house like Cardi B and Offset, but if I could be okay, like get my bills done and sit in the house and do this, I would love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wake up, get some damn donuts, turn on Sports Center. It's like, I just want an easier life. I know a lot of people can relate to this because it's like we compare busies, but everybody's busy in their own way. Everybody would rather have some downtime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like,
and money
I'm getting to the point where it's like, fuck.
And money to spend during that downtime, because you could, sometimes you be like, I wish I could just go out and do this. Like, why you at home on a day off and be like, I wish I could just go do this or enjoy this. Yeah. And it you know, to put those two things together, downtime and a little bit of cash. Because I'm okay with, and I've said this, and you like, we gonna be rich, and I'm like, I'm okay with being okay, not content. I want to be okay to where I'm continuously making money.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with not being like super rich, because also those things come with issues too.
I can deal with them. At least right now, I think I could deal with them. I'm ready for them.
I don't want to. I still would like to keep. The piece that is, you know, and I'm not talking about the fake, like, oh, look at this, I'm all this cash and I got peace. Like, you know what I mean? I would still like to keep the piece of life. Like, I'm still enjoying it. Like, I'm not bothered by so many things and so many opinions about other people. It's different being a rich person that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But And that's way behind the scenes. So if I could do that, okay. But if I could just live comfortably and have some money and have time, I would choose that.
Man, I really think that, like, people say time is money. Time is worth a lot more than money.
Yeah.
That's one of the rich people aren't just rich because they got money. These motherfuckers actually have they can utilize time in ways that we can't. They can take months and weeks off. They can go on combo trips. You know, sometimes I go to sleep and I dream about going on a vacation in one place and then de-vacationing somewhere else. And then come home. You know what I mean? It's like those types of things. Like, I don't want, like, it's not all about the extra and the extravagant shit. It would just be about spending time with family because we only get one life. Like, man, your nieces and nephews, they only going to be little for so long.
Yeah.
Your mom is only going to be here for so long. Your cousins, you know what I mean? You have to enjoy that time while everybody's here. And that's what I'm a big family person. Like, okay, we're going to talk about this. When Cardi B and Offset bought the mansion, you saw a lot of haters. You saw a lot of people like, oh, this house, people waste money, they'll be broke and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, this is how I think about it, though. And I don't know if it was a smart investment or not. I don't have $6 million. I don't know their long-term income. I don't know that. I haven't done the projections. I haven't done, you know what I mean, got the pie chart together. But if I could do that, and I'm a big family person, you know how many people I would move in that motherfucker with me?
Yeah.
And just fucking enjoy life. Like, you know what I mean? People are worried about who's going to maintain it. It costs $2 million to maintain it. They stupid. Like, you know what? If I could get 10 years in that house and have to go back to regular life, I might take it. I mean, I would try not to, but it's like those fucking moments and memories that they going to make, it's like, bro, those are once-in-a-lifetime things. I fucking praise the shit out of them.
And then you have to think, how long have they been out here making money? They've been making money for a minute. You know what I mean? It's not like they've just, like, it's not like you heard about somebody with just one song and then they come out, they like, look what I bought. You be like, You only got like one song. And I've seen people do that too. And I'm like, you know, but they've been making money for a minute here.
Yeah. And the house could be an investment, but people don't like to give, like, celebrities credit. Some, you know, I mean, not all of them are stupid. Some are, but.
And just like you said, different people like that, they normally do have different people living with them. You know what I mean? It's not like they have nannies that are living there. I mean, they got a kid. And he got kids. So it's like they can have nannies staying there. They can have their mothers, or I'm pretty sure it's not like they just gonna have this big house and just them two stay there. But even if they did, so what?
Exactly.
It's kind of like, okay, for a person who say, well, I can afford a house in $100,000 home, and I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
And then you get a person who could afford a $300,000 home, and you like, well, they don't need all that. How do you know what they need?
Exactly.
Like, if they have the money and the finances to take care of that, if they're not literally asking you for the money. Mm-hmm. And this is the problem with people. We think our opinion is so important. Now, do we run this podcast off of our opinion? Yes, we do. However, it's totally different when you say, I can respect somebody else's opinion. You don't have to think like me. Not at all. But when it comes to somebody doing good, it's like, damn, if a person bought a new car, you should be happy for them. Now, if this person is always asking you for gas money, that's totally different.
Totally different story.
You could rip their ass apart because they still asking you for, you be like, you bought this motherfucking car. But if they're never asking you for anything and it's just they happy they got the car, why can't you just be happy? I think sometimes we feel left out. We feel like if someone is doing a bit better than us, it's like, oh, that's horrible. Like they're doing better than me.
Man, and a lot of times people, like, of course, Cardi B and Offset, they, more than likely they doing better than your ass. But just think about, like, other people. People just say certain things based on what they see. It's like, okay, some people are taking steps, the right steps. Like, okay, I'm gonna get my house, and 5-year plans, 10-year plans. Like, you don't know where they are in their planning.
Yeah,
it's like, but people see, oh, he can't afford this, he can't afford that. It's like, man, next year. Well, I said this yesterday. Right now, don't just wait until 2020. Just do it now. It's like, spend a little more time just worrying about what you got going on, because I never see anybody's life. Well, celebrities, I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't look at celebrities and read certain stories and say I wish I could do that. But as far as like people, everybody that live normal lives. Everybody's trying to get somewhere. Everybody got different goals. It might not even be going the direction that you think they're trying to go. It ain't really none of your business. So trying to compete and stuff like that, it just annoys. I see so much of it on the internet. It's like, bro, you don't have to fucking compete with everybody. If I get what I want and the things that my girl wants, if I can help her get those, I'm good. You know what I mean? I can pull up next to the light and it's a fucking helicopter at the fucking light. I don't care. Them your dreams, boy. You know what I mean? Watch them blades. Do what you do, though. You know what I mean?
Like, whatever you want to me, whatever you want to, if as long as you are not asking somebody, because I'm telling you, it's totally different. Like, if somebody asks me for some shit, but they out here balling, like, I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
That's different. But if a person is not asking for nothing and then they out here just doing whatever they do, like, let them enjoy, even if it was a dumb investment. Even if the only thing I think I say certain stuff about is insurance. And that's only because it's, to me, in my opinion, it's just crazy not to have it. It's just crazy. Even $10,000, it's just crazy not to have it when we spend that on food. Like, a day. When we go to a fast food restaurant, we spend the money that we could spend on a $10,000 or $20,000 policy every day. Like, and that's what hinders a lot of us black people, is when it comes to insurance. But other than that, like, if you want to buy J's, it's not my thing. It's not my thing to get J's every time they come out. My opinion, I don't think it's smart. I don't think it's smart because, like, it's as soon as you wear them and you scuff them up, it's not like you could sell them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But if that is what you like to spend on your money, and you have that money, and you're not asking nobody for shit, rock on. But you and your 5 kids and some J's every time they come out, and that's your business, and you could do whatever you want to. Sometimes we do look in other people's pockets too much. So if they're not asking you for nothing, get out of their pockets.
But you're right. Every once in a while, I will ridicule a motherfucker with the Jordans. I don't know why that upsets me. I really just think that, and not saying that everybody who buys Jordans or have a Jordan collection doesn't have their finances in order, but it's a lot that when I see as far as like trying to look good as opposed to like having a little bit of money. Because I'm the type of person who, like, and I can honestly say this, like, a lot of people, if my income was to triple, there wouldn't be too many changes in me as far as like the things I buy. Like,
I'm getting the squirrel coat immediately.
I just want to be comfortable. Like, when I was younger, I would blow through money like it was always going to be there, like it was always going to come like that. But now it's just like security is so fucking big to me. If I was to come across, like, let's say I catch a little windfall a couple of times, 10, 20 here, I would love to just put that money up. Of course, I'm going to go on a vacation. You know what I mean? But, like, that's the biggest thing that I even concern myself about when it comes to money now, is like taking a vacation, because you need a vacation from life. If you are fucking working day in and day out, bills, to get away for that week, see the beach, hear some water, see, you know what I mean, be around people that you're not used to being around, like, that shit will really ease your mind. You come back and you could take on the world again. But shit, I got to be gone again in about 6 months, though. You need those little refreshers. You got to have them. But as far as like Jordans and, I don't know, I just never been into that. Jordans and Gucci outfits and costumes and shit, I just never been into that. Like, if I had Bill Gates money, you would probably still see me in like one of the cleanest white t-shirts you ever seen in your life. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I was that person when I was younger. Just like, now, I just can't see myself just spending so much money on things that, like, they have no value once you wear it. It's like something. Look, once you put your stink in this and put it back in the closet, it's like, okay, that costs $10,000, but okay.
And if you have that to spare, okay. I just think it's different when, like, we brag on certain things. Like, I'm not saying don't be happy about what you have, but to me, clothes and shoes is kind of like, it's kind of like, like, oh, okay, like, I'm happy that you have it, but like, it's not hard to get. It's not hard to get. It's different when somebody says, you know, I just got this new Bugatti. I worked really hard for this. I'm happy. That's some shit I'll be like, oh, Okay.
God damn, man.
Look at you.
Look at
You
your
know what I
dreams
mean?
coming true.
So I think it's like sometimes it's just that we just have to brag on something that we feel like is of value. And it's like that's not where our head is. But it's also different from when you're in your like teens and 20s from when you're in your 30s and 40s and
hell
50s too. Because then it's like that our mind frame changes. It's like that's getting you nothing. And when you're a teen in your 20s, you like that's goals. You know what I mean? Like all of us wearing J's is goals.
Man,
Okay.
yeah, I grew out of it. I was an Air Max man. I never really been like high into the Jordans even when I was young, but people do what they do, so okay. All right. One thing about money, I got to bring this up. I'm sure you saw the video. Your boy Blueface. Christmas Day, might have been Christmas Eve. He was in Los Angeles, and he pulled up on the infamous Skid Row. And I don't know why that's fucking funny to me, Skid Row. All right. So he pulls up. He's in a G-Wagon.
I think we should tell people what Skid Row is for those who don't know. I found out about Skid Row from watching Little Shop of Horror.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was like, that sounds fun.
You know what? I want to go to Skid Row. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want to say it wrong. I think it's just like a little area where a lot of like homeless people frequent.
Yeah, it's an area in California where they have a lot of homeless people. Like it even looks like some of them have like their little homes built like looking like homes out of different like cardboard, all kind of stuff. Like you'll go down there and it's nothing but homeless people
Wow.
that have, you know what I mean? And these are smart people. Like it's not like, it's just people who fell on bad luck. It's not just people just outside begging. Like these people are like, you got lawyers, you got doctors, you got different people out there. You got people out there who go to jobs daily, who get up and go to work.
Yeah.
But they can't afford anywhere to stay, especially not in California. Because in California, of course, like people are paying $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom.
Exactly.
So I don't know if y'all understand that, but yeah. So Skid Row is just a place where there's a lot of homelessness. Like the whole area is just a bunch of homeless people. So he went to Skid Row.
He went to Skid Row, and I guess in the spirit of giving, and that was actually what he captioned his Instagram video. Ugh. He had a camera guy, and he jumped on top of his car, and he just had like huge stacks of 20s, and he just threw it in the air, like basically made it rain on the homeless people. Now, it was like people went both ways with their opinions. Like he was giving, but like, okay, I watched the video a few times. Of course, people are going to fucking run and push each other and shit because it's 20s every damn way. You're trying to get as many as you can. So a lot of people said that he basically disrespected them, degraded them, and you know what I mean? A lot of people said, okay, well, how did you hand out your 20s? Like, you know what I mean? How did you give back this year? So it was a good debate. I didn't get in on it. I read it.
What would have said if you got into the debate?
And the only reason I'm going to take this stance is because, like, okay, what if I'd have watched that video and you kind of saw, like, maybe a family member or somebody you know? It kind of, okay, I didn't know the people, so the way they were kind of scurrying about to get the money, I didn't really, you know what I mean? It didn't really break my heart. But what if you see somebody you know, like, it would look a little, you know what I mean? Somebody down on their luck.
Fool said scurrying.
They were scurrying. They were scurrying about, you know what I mean?
That is terrible.
I think his heart was in a good place, but I'd have probably came down there with stacks of envelopes. Get in line or, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, like people said, okay, I didn't give out no 20s. So to criticize how he gave back is just...
That's bullshit. You know what? I'm back, y'all. So y'all can hate me if you want to. I don't give... Like, I'm not giving out 20s because I don't have it. So just because you don't have it does not mean that you can't have an opinion on how someone does something. That is degrading. I'm getting sick of when people help homeless people. You got to put that shit on tape. Like, you got to film the shit just to show that you did it. Like, it is different when... First of all, there are a lot of homeless people who are disabled, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you're trying to be nice and give, right? But you throwing this money out, and then you got people, and then you got people like that are upset. Like, you got people fighting each other, and that's not what the holiday is supposed to be about. Like, if you don't have the time to talk to each individual person, because there are a lot of people, if you don't have that time, that's cool. But you got people who work for you. You got people, even if you were just giving out $100 to different people, you can walk around and have people do that shit for you because you had the cameraman tape the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It to me, that stuff like that is just like what white people do. And I'm not just gonna say white people. Let me not say it. This is what the government does for funds. Like, ha, I'm gonna throw these crumbs out at you.
Throw this cheese at y'all.
And
Here, take this cheese.
And I gave you $400. I only gave you $200. Fight over it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
To me, that's crazy. It was distasteful. But again, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Again, he's a kid. So in his mind, this is great. This is what I'm doing. And to us, it's kind of like the way you did it. These are humans. These are people who probably at one point in time made more than he did.
Exactly.
Like, so for you to do that the way that you did it, whether I'm giving the money out or not, to me, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Man, I just think it's a way that maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I don't have the damn 20s to throw out like that. I don't have the funds to, you know what I mean, do the things I want to, because it is the spirit of giving. So as long as he had that, I'm not going to knock him all the way, but just throwing it up in the air because, all right, if you really, man, shit, well, here I go criticizing him again. It's like, the longer you talk, it's like you're going to find something wrong with it.
You might as well.
If all these people were down there, that's why I said I would have did envelopes, $100, $40, whatever you're going to do for them, because somebody, like, it had to be somebody who came out with, you know what I mean, he was scurrying a little faster than the other ones. You know what I mean? He might have came up on $400. Some people maybe got 20. Some motherfucker might not have got nothing. So, but I still think the overall, I would say he did a good thing because he didn't have to do it. Now, with the videos and shit, that's a debate I never got in on either. It's a lot of people will ask that question, should good deeds be recorded? Do you have to have a camera every time you do something good for a person? Now, that's what I'm going to say, like, and you get some opinions where it says, okay, well, it might inspire others to do something because they see you doing it. And how would they know you did it if if you didn't show them?
Tell them.
I can see that. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, that works too.
You know what? Tell them. Tell them. You know what? If I was ever in need, I wouldn't want you blasting my face to people. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want you to, if I was homeless, like I see when they do different stuff in the store and they be in the store, like, you know, because I can only assume that you're asking this person, is it okay to record through, like, giving somebody some money? Because I've seen people do that for the holidays. Like, you know, I don't know this person, but that person bought a lot of stuff, so I just gave them $100 to help them out. And the other person was like grateful, like, thank you. But when you are helping someone homeless out on the street, first of all, it's not like all these people are proud to be out there. There may be some who are like, I'm going to just be out here just trying to, like, panhandle and get my money. But it could be some people out there who, like, I really don't, of course, I don't want to be out here. And I don't want you showing my face.
Exactly.
As far as, you got people who've been in domestic disputes that had to leave their homes and are living out on the street. And you showing pictures of these people, and they could be running away from something. And you never know that. So there's different situations for everybody. Yeah. So to say something like that, like, I should film this to make myself feel better. Like, what is the filming of it going to do anyway? Like, I could get it if you saying that I'm showing other people. But you could talk about that.
Yeah, you could. You could just say what you did instead of just showing a person.
Or you could talk about it after that person leaves and just talk about it on video. But you don't have to show your face like, look at the camera.
Yeah, and I think it's really, like, sometimes it does. Like, you do get, well, I won't say you get sad, but you do, like, feel bad for the person when, like, okay, just when you're taking somebody a plate, and of course, if you homeless, you might not be looking camera ready. You know what I mean? You come shove a camera in their face, here's some food. It's like, a gesture like that, okay, all right, cool. Maybe when you're doing a little bit of money, you want to inspire, this is the social media age, you want some likes and shit, okay. But, man, if you're going to take a homeless person to plate, just do it. Do it out of the kindness of your heart. You can tell friends and shit if you need a pat on the back, but shoving the camera in my face when I'm You know what I mean? You knocking on my cardboard box and I'm, you know what I mean, rolling out of it. It's like, dude, that's a little embarrassing. I mean, I'm sure most of these people don't want to be there for the rest of their life. So that right there, yeah, you might have filled their bellies for a short time, but it's like now, I mean, maybe that motivates them. I don't know, but I would definitely feel some kind of way about that. It's like you didn't have to tape it. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully I'm never in that position, but if I am, please, if you're going to give me a plate, do it. But if you, I might start swinging. I'm going to be a proud homeless person if I'm out there. You know what I mean? It might have to be some hands thrown.
Right.
That's just me, though.
Like, yeah, it could have been, to me, it could have been done a different way, period. Like, cool that he did it, and that's great for a lot of people who came up from that. But, yeah, it could have been done differently.
All right. Now, I got to ask you now. This might have went a totally different way had we had a guest, but I kind of, just the vibe from you, how seasonal you are, I know you're going to agree with a lot of these things that I'm about to say. I know you love them, so, but I got to put them out there anyway.
Oh, here we go.
And what are you doing? Writing an essay over there? Like, you really pounding them keys.
I'm sorry, I do. Guys, I'm here. I'm definitely here for you, but I have to handle something like before 1. So I'm here, though. I'm here.
You cannot work at work, man. Okay.
Unfortunately, I can.
All right. This year, and it's been happening every year, but like this year is just like I saw it a lot more. Like people I know, these new, well, not new, but as far as like being forced into the public eye, the ugly sweater.
Pajamas.
Ugly sweater, what do they call them, parties, the pajama trend.
Yes.
All right, let me get this out the way. Now, I know ugly sweaters have been a thing for a long time. I didn't know that people were actually dressing up in pajamas in their damn house all the time, but now it's like everybody's cashing in. I wrote an article on this, actually. It's like now the big retail chains.
Pajamas are making sweaters and pajamas. I love this. No?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not. All right, the big retail chains are like really pushing this now. It's like they made a ton of money last year. And of course, from the looks of social media, Instagram and Facebook, it really maybe doubled the numbers this year. I won't say it's corny, but it's just not something that I'm used to. Like if it's something like, if it was a family tradition you grew up doing that, well, if I grew up doing that, I think I would look at it a little differently, but it's like I saw a lot of people, like you see the whole family, 10, 15, 20 people, like everybody has on PJs and people throwing ugly sweater parties the day before Christmas. I'm sounding a little Grinchish, but it was weird.
Just a little.
It's just weird. Like, why now? Like, where's this shit coming from? It's like, okay. Like, if you have your own family tradition, okay, cool. But now it's like, okay, because this is the trendy thing to do. Everybody go get some damn pajamas and take pictures. It's like, I'm just one of those people. It just seemed weird to me. Like, where are all these people coming from? Like, I didn't get it. Did you do it?
Okay, so... So we went, I didn't do it for Christmas or anything. We did, like I said, I went on a cruise with a longtime friend of mine. And we did do like the matching pajamas, like for like, we had like a little girls' night. We drank wine, that type of sort of thing. Yeah. So I've done it. It wasn't on Christmas, but I've done it. But one, social media, of course, it is geared towards a lot of things. I think Cortez said that before too. Like social media is geared towards a lot of things. So if social media see you do something that's like, oh, let me catch on to that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like trend. It's like a trendy thing. It's just, but I was cool with it because it wasn't like a negative thing, right? Like nobody's eating Tide Pods. Nobody wasting all that money. Okay. No one is, hitting older people or walking by, like snatching stuff out of people's hand. Okay. I'm like, this was cool. So I had no issue with the pajamas. As a matter of fact, I wish I could have made some. I wish I could have made some to start selling them.
Yeah, I wish I could have got in on it because, like I said, everybody did it this year. It was just like it came out of I wasn't expecting it. I don't even remember last year, but I guess it was a big thing last year. But I guess it just wasn't, to me, it wasn't as visible. When I saw it this year, I'm like, okay, what did I miss? It's like the whole fucking news feed is full of people in sleepwear. So
it's not. Don't be a Grinch. It's cool. Like the ugly Christmas sweaters that has been on and popping for years, especially like in the workplace or family get-togethers. Mm-hmm. That has been on for years, like ugly Christmas sweater parties and stuff like that. I think the pajamas were the only ones that were like, oh, we're doing this now, because ugly sweaters that's been a thing.
Yeah, I've seen that in movies and stuff like that, but I want to say that I haven't saw the pajamas on TV or something like that, but it was like social media showed up and they showed the fuck out with the PJs this year. So, wow. I actually had a coworker. He said he went over his mother-in-law's house. It was like she just had pajamas in all sizes. She was just ready for anybody to come in the house. She had to change immediately. Everybody's taking this picture. It was like, we all going to kick it. We all going to wear these pajamas. And it was mandatory. You either put on the PJs or you left. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
she was serious. She wasn't playing around.
I mean, because, okay, so when you get together, too, it's all about pictures. Because you're going to post pictures.
Yeah.
Especially if you have Instagram. You're going to have a whole slew of pictures. So if you're like, yeah, I want to take these pictures with the family.
Yeah.
It's like when you do school pictures, like family pictures, you be like, smile. I don't care if you're not happy, smile. It's like, I don't care if you want to participate. If you come up in here, this is what you're going to do. Because everybody has to like look like they're having a great time. And sometimes some people are having a great time. It just depends on if you like that sort of thing. I thought it was cute. I thought when people taking the family pictures in pajamas, I thought it was cute. I think it was just like a little added Christmas edition.
It was just so Christmassy.
And it also showed if your man really got a family, because they were in the pictures too. So if you roll past a picture, you like, oh, look, he got 3 kids and never said anything. Yeah. You know now the pajama pictures put you up on game. So you can make your choice. Do what you want to do. If you want to stay aside. Fellas too. You see that woman and you like, I really like her. Well, she ain't calling me around this time. You look on that page, or you log into somebody else's shit, you look on the page. Not that I'm condoning. But if you log in somebody else's page, look and see that picture, she with a dude, and you like, who this dude? And it's the pajamas. And it's everybody decked out in red and black. Yeah. You know what time it is.
I did feel sorry for her because I wasn't on this type of energy until like the next day. Then people was like, okay, well, if you're the side piece or the side dude, you got your feelings hurt this Christmas because everybody was taking pictures with their families, baby daddies, and all that. I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not dealing with that. I am glad I'm not dealing with that. I didn't get my feelings hurt. Me and my girl, we were together. We didn't have on PJs. I don't even own any PJs.
She didn't want to do that, though?
Because she would have did it. Like, Tasha
Sometimes I think Tasha be sitting there saying, because she know how you feel, old grumpy ass. Sometimes you should just be like, because Tasha's more of a, like, she's just that type of person. So sometimes Ron needs to learn to be that, even though I don't want to do this, let me just surprise her. And I come down into PJs, be like, let's snap some pictures.
I do a lot of things now that I never thought I would when it comes to dealing with her, but the PJs would have been a hard sell because I don't even wear pajamas. Like,
but you could.
I'm a basketball short type of dude. You know what I mean?
But you could.
That would have been a tough one. She probably would have had to throw some incentives in there. It's like, okay, you want me to wear pajamas and post them on Facebook or Instagram?
Yeah. You can do it. You can do it.
That would have been rough.
but I think you can.
I mean, yeah, I could. I could slide my legs in them, but it's like, I don't know. New traditions just get me. I'm old school. I'm stubborn. I'm like my grandfather. He didn't want no new things happening.
Well.
And I've learned a lot. Even after he passed, they told me, you know what? Everything you do is just like that man. Sometimes you get on my goddamn nerves. Black people tell you the real.
They do.
Sometimes I can't stand your ass because you just like him. And I don't know. New things like that. It just takes me a while to warm up. By the time I warm up to this, they won't be doing it no more. People be wearing spacesuits on Christmas, so.
No, I think they'll still be wearing pajamas on the outside of their spacesuits. I think they'll still be intact.
Had to get them a size bigger.
They'll make them a little bigger. Like, if you want this over your spacesuit, I think you can still do it. It's y'all, and I feel like a lot of dudes probably was like, I'm not even feeling this shit, but to shut her up and make her happy.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I would never knock that. Like I said, I am into that type of thing, but as far as the pajamas, it would have been a hard sell. Okay, now I got to get into this. We got to talk about this cruise ship. I've been talking about cruise ships for years as far as how I just never want to get on one. Because, all right, first of all, large bodies of water kind of get to me. So... But a lot of people take cruises, like yearly cruises. I know this woman on my Facebook page, she listening too. I ain't gonna say your name, but she like takes 3 or 4 years. She's talking about how many she got planned for 2020. It's like, it's just so much. Even though cruise ships are huge, they are like a fucking penny in the ocean. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking huge. The water. Man, the large bodies of water just fucking, I don't know, I have a fear of. So how was your first cruise?
Well, the crazy thing is, I can't swim all that well. I can swim enough to live, but if it's a high tide, I'm going to die.
But in the ocean, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, to stay, because, you know, they still have the Coast Guard. They still have people come. It just depends on, like, how long it takes them to get to you. How
she
far,
looked at her watch.
how far out you are, because I kept this baby on, too, because it's waterproof. So I'm like, how long is it going to take it to get to me? So, all those things. So
you did think about those things while you were on there?
I mean, I get on airplane. I had to go through airplanes, and I think about certain stuff, too, like...
Mm-hmm.
My phone is on airplane mode, but I have Wi-Fi, so I can tell somebody whatever I need to tell them before I mean, I think about this stuff just driving. Because just think about how many people drive to work and they die. Mm-hmm. That wasn't in your plan. You wasn't planning on, like...
Yeah.
You was planning on making it home from work and then watching some TV. And after that... So, I mean, I think about this stuff all the time. Maybe I'm weird, but I just do. It wasn't bad to me. It wasn't bad. The only thing I didn't like about a cruise is when I go somewhere out of town, I like to explore more. Mm-hmm. And for certain cruises, it just depends on which one. Like, they'll give you the morning into the afternoon, and the morning to the early evening to explore. Mm-hmm. And then, like, let's say you got 4 different destinations. Mm-hmm. And so you're on this cruise for like 7 days, something like that. Mm-hmm. So the boat is filled with different stuff, like free food. They got clubs, they got comedy shows, they got anything that you would basically do where you were out. You can kind of just find that on the cruise. Yeah. And depending on what type you go on, like they have different like all white parties, different type of shit going on. So that part is fun. You can just walk in and go to different places. Now some things charge extra, like the spa is a little extra. Yeah. There's certain like VIP parties that you get into that's a little extra or whatever. But other than that, it's cool. So there is some rocking. When we left, it was smoother than when we came back. When we came back, you could tell we were like it was swaying. When I got home, I was still swaying. I said, "Oh shit, I don't get like I'm on land." But it's just the motion, of course, that you feel. So that part was cool. The only part I didn't like was the part about how long you can stay, because I like to leave. I like to go explore, go see different stuff, and to me, I didn't feel like there was enough time to do things that I may have wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So for me, if you want to explore more when you go somewhere, I would not. And you've never been on a cruise, I would not recommend a cruise. Now, if you want to just jump to go to like 4 different places, and you cool within that time, then do it.
Man, that was the thing with me. Like, how crowded was it? Was it really crowded? Did it seem like a lot of people? Because so many people get on those fucking boats.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't like. You know, it wasn't super crowded to me. Because I don't do great in big crowds. So for me, it wasn't. And then it was big enough. Like the boat is literally huge. So it wasn't like you just smushed in there. They was like partying on deck and doing all kind of stuff. And you had space. So no, it wasn't bad. It wasn't, they had free food, like different places you can eat at or off the deck and different stuff. It was cool. So if you are a person who you're okay with being in one spot,
Yeah.
but you got different floors. You got like 5, 6, 7 different floors that you can go do stuff on. So if you're okay with that, then I would say cruise all the time. And you don't get motion sickness. I would say cruise all the time. But if you are one of those type of people who like, no, I want to stay here for a day and chill out and do different stuff, I would not recommend a cruise.
Okay. So where were you when you found out that those cruise ships
In the
hit
water.
each other?
In the water. Actually, different people were calling us and messaging us and was like, hey, are y'all okay? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They were like two ships hit each other. But one was coming and the other one was docking. I mean, one was docking and then one was trying to leave. So then I was like, oh, shoot, like that's crazy. But we hadn't even made it to Mexico when that happened, and that happened in Mexico.
Yeah. See, I didn't know where you went until you posted it later, and I was like, damn, well, she couldn't have been on there because you probably would have said something.
Yeah, I would have done help.
It was just, when I saw it, it's like, and don't get me wrong, like when you take an airplane, it's like, okay, I'm afraid of heights when I stick it on planes, but it's just so short. Like, being on a boat, I mean, I don't know, just being anywhere, like even in a car for a long period of time, it's just like I would just want to get the hell out. Like, I think that's the thing with me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that, well, I am scared. I can't downplay that. I'm deathly afraid of water because it's so much. Like, did you go like to the edge? Like, were you on the top and you just looked over the side?
Yep.
Like, that didn't make you nervous?
No.
Why the hell not?
I thought it was beautiful. I was like, oh my God, look at all this water.
I'm sure it was, but shit.
And I looked at night.
Had you toppled over the rail?
Now, when I looked down, there were, I guess different cruises are different too. Like they had one that if you fail, like you'll fall, not bounce, but you'll fall under, like to the next floor, and it wasn't too far.
Yeah.
Because I was looking down like, okay, I need to know how all this stuff is going. But I don't think, like, we couldn't get to the front to where there was absolutely nothing that was under you. Like that was, if you fell off. But then, like, they had an accident where the little girl fell, but she was on the glass window. Mm-hmm. And I guess they thought that it was the grandfather thought that it was like enclosed, and it wasn't. And he dropped her and
I remember that. The window actually opened up?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. One thing I want to do is do a lot of different things when it comes to traveling. Tasha has spoken about going on a cruise. I will do it for her, but it's like, if we get on this
Just
motherfucker.
do a small one. Just do a small one. They have, you know what? I didn't know that they did this, but they have day cruises. So there's a lot of people. We left out of Galveston. So I'm pretty sure California, Florida, because depending on where you want to go is where you leave from. Mm-hmm. So they have day cruises. So people who were like in Galveston and Houston, they go on day cruises. Mm-hmm. So, I guess you don't technically have to be gone for days. You can just jump on a day cruise and then just chill in Houston or do whatever.
I'll probably punk out of one of those. She tried to get me to go on a cruise on my birthday in 2017. It was a dinner cruise. We were already away. And they had these vouchers or something like you could take. It was my birthday, of course, so it was on that day, so they was like, okay, you get a free voucher. And then they gave us 2. And earlier in that day, I said that I was going to go. But I ended up punking out.
Why?
I have no idea. It was just like, okay, we saw these dinner cruise ships. They weren't as big as like a Carnival cruise ship, but they were pretty fucking big.
They are big. The only reason why I say a day, because seriously, unless you... So under the deck, like, you can't, you have to go up in order to, I guess depending on the boat, but you have to go up to look over. Like when you just walk through the deck, like when we were going from our room to go to eat, do different stuff, like you were just inside. So it's not like you could see the sky, but it's not like you could see the water or anything like that.
I was just about to ask that. So you didn't have a room where you could look out of the little, like, where the little round window and could like see the water and shit like that?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why. I have no idea why I'm so afraid of that, but like one of those things, like, yeah.
I think it's
just a lot of shit on those ships. You know, or you actually just got off one. We were talking about a 1 billion pound boat.
Yeah. With
how many, 3,000 people in it? Like how that thing stays afloat, I have no fucking idea. Like that, just the very thought of that scares the shit out of me. I don't think I'd be able to sleep. I don't know what the hell I would be able to do on that boat.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not. I would not recommend, because even after a while, I started getting like, I'm ready to go home. Like, because of course, I miss my kid, but I'm like, I'm getting ready. I'm getting a little kid sick. So that's why I said I recommend day cruises. Like, I think if I would have went to a day cruise or just like ours was I think it was like 3 days and 4 nights, something like that. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't, I did make sure that there were no boats. Like, you could see other boats. Because all these boats, of course, are on the Royal Caribbean. The other one, like, they're on the water.
Yeah.
But the one that I saw was all, like, it was far. And you could see when we were, like, passing. But it wasn't like I can see people. Like, it was way farther than that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, okay, we're cool. And then when we docked in, we docked, like, away from the other one. So I don't know how that happened with the other one. I'm pretty sure they're going to check the captains. But I don't see how, as far as we were from everybody and how far they were, I'm like, and these are big boats. Like, you get off and you're overwhelmed. I remember the first time I seen a boat was actually on my birthday when I went to California and San Francisco. And my cousin, I was like, what the fuck is that? Because it was off the water. It was just docked. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like, that's a boat. I said, that's a boat. She's like, yeah, that's a cruise ship. I said, damn. Now, mind you, the whole block of where it's docked off at, it covered. Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's how they look. So when I got there and I seen it, I said, okay. So I wasn't overwhelmed because I had already seen one. But if you haven't, you'll be overwhelmed. And I'm not an expert. It's my first cruise. I know y'all probably been like, I've been on 20 and she's talking like, no, I'm not. I'm just saying this for certain people. For me, I like to explore a lot. Yeah. I like to be on land. I like to spend my time out doing things.
Yeah, get a rental car and drive.
Right. So for me, if you are that type of person, I wouldn't recommend a cruise. But if you're the type of person who you like, hey, I'm gonna get my money's worth. You eat whatever you want. It's like a ton of food. Like you'll never get hungry. Like, they had different kids were on this boat. They had like movie night, all kind of stuff for your kids. So that I thought that was pretty dope. Like, you had different stuff to do. You had comedy shows, which were cool. We did karaoke and this big old, like, it was fun. It was like really fun. So if you're like, I can be enclosed and I just want to like get my money's worth and just enjoy different type of shit, definitely take a cruise.
Man, well, I will say this. I will do it, and like I said, I'm being forced, but I will do it just so I can say I did it. You know what I mean? And all right, have a little fun. I'm just going to have to relax and not think about death the whole cruise. I don't know how long it's going to be, but yeah, I will try it soon. But
do a day cruise.
Man,
I think you should do a day cruise so that way you can see if it's something that you don't get on that bitch for like 3 days, and then you be like, no, this ain't for me. When you could just do a fucking day cruise and see, okay, I could do this. Because some of them do. I'm telling you, there's rocking. Like, there's not, you know, you're on a fucking boat. Like, some people be like, I've been on this many cruises and this one's pretty cool. And it's like, but depending on the waves, you're on. I mean, there was a couple of times we like, oh, okay, like I feel us like moving over. I wouldn't.
That would scare the shit out of me, like turbulence when you're in a fucking airplane. Like, oh shit, we going down.
Yeah, you could. It's not like you feel like it jerk you real quick. It's just like a gliding. Like, okay, I'm telling you, I was in that mud cooking eggs. Like, I said, what the? I'm like, what the fuck is happening with me?
Had a little sway going on.
It was. I was swaying, and Kyle's probably looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Like, I was swaying. So you came back
weird, mama. The hell going on with you?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
So yeah, do your thing. Enjoy.
Man, it sounds fun, but like I said, a lot of people I've been seeing, like, they keep on saying, look, you need to do this. It's safer than driving a car and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to get on there, but hopefully I survive.
I would like for you to record when you were on there, especially if you, like, I'm telling you, if I knew they had day cruise, I would have went on one of them hoes first. I would have just to see how I could, how I can deal. So
what exactly is a day cruise? They don't go to a destination. You just kind of go out and turn around and come back.
I think they do go. I think they do go to a destination, but they go to closer destinations. Like, you know, on water. This is only what we separated by. So I do think that they go to like little islands because of course they're dead in the middle. So I think that they go to like different islands and just let you do different things opposed to you going to like Mexico or you going to like a big, because there was. When my phone was on, I'm like, where the fuck are we at? Because, of course, it didn't just say U.S., Mexico. You know what I mean? It had other little cities.
Welcome to Mexico.
It had other cities in there. So
put your GPS on.
I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I think it's like little islands, like little places that you can go to. But I would do that. Knowing you, I don't think that you would like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like my mom. Like I know my mom wouldn't like it at all.
I think I would have to go to the place first. Already have fun there. So then you're really not worried about just going in for a short time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because as soon as you get off, they have like different like people trying to sell you shit. Of course, like in like Jamaica, different places they have different people trying to sell you stuff, and then you can go down like catch a ride to the or I don't know if it's Uber. I'm pretty sure I don't know what it is, but the people who are with us called a taxi and went to the beach or whatever and did different like excursions, like ATVs, went riding and doing different stuff. So you can. But I know you are like, let me look around, like, and really explore and do some stuff. So that's why I said I don't think that you would like it per se. I think that since Tasha wants to get on one, you definitely, of course, do that. But I don't think that would be your gig.
Yeah, because I had a coworker. I used to work with him. He drives trucks now, and he went to Hawaii on a cruise. But I think he only spent like a day and a half there, and they was turning around and come back.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, your ass cruised all the way to Hawaii for a day and came back. But I guess, I don't know. Like,
but they
tons of shit to do on the boat. I guess you're not bored.
It is literally a ton of, like, you cannot, I went to sleep and woke up, like, at 1 a.m, they were still doing shit. I'm like, come on, what are we doing? Like, at a nap time? Was
it loud, like, in the room?
No, because the rooms are in a certain area. And this is on this cruise, because different boats are set up differently. So we were in a different spot. So I don't know how others were set up, but it wasn't like you could hear them kicking and partying. Now on their TV, you could look on TV and see what everybody was like in the different rooms, what was popping off, because it make you want to get up and be like, I'm not going to sit in this room, but I'm telling you, shit, I slept. That rocking, boy, I felt like I was like a baby. I said, this shit keep rocking, I'm going back to sleep. They was looking at me like, whatever, I was asleep.
Any noise that I heard, I would have jumped right up.
Shit, I was in that. I said, I can't believe this shit. Next time I have a baby, I'm going to get a boat, just put it on some water, like in a tub, shit like that, just to rock. That shit was, I'm telling you, the best thing ever.
The best sleep you ever had.
The rocking, and then I was like, this motherfucker, they put ththese cheap ass mattresses. If I could take that mattress, I would have took that bitch home and would have been sleeping in the twin bed. Like, just leave me alone. Because that's, to me, it was like super comfortable. So, and then somebody had told me, like, you be climbing on top of each other. Like, the room, like, they got little bunk beds. That's why I say different rooms are different. Like, they're like, on the Royal Caribbean, we had, like, one was at the top and one was at the bottom. And I'm like, I don't want to be smushed up. I mean, I've known her since I was 11, but I don't want to be smushed up with this nigga in this room. And then when I got in there, I said, oh, it looked like a college dorm, dog. Like, we got to kick it. Yeah, it was cool.
Wait a minute. So some cruise ships, they got bunk beds?
Like, okay, so some rooms, so you get a room with the ocean view, right? Because they have their ocean view rooms, the standard rooms, and then they have something else. And I can't think of what it is. I'm pretty sure somebody will tell us. But so some of the rooms had to where the ocean view, so you can see outside, and then you have your space, which I think they're bigger.
Yeah.
And then some rooms, which are state rooms, which is what we stayed in, because I'm like, I'm not going to sit up here and watch the ocean view. I'm going to get up and do stuff.
Yeah.
So you had your 2 beds that are here, and then some had, I guess, where you have your bunks. So it's one at the top, and then it's one at the bottom. Then you got all your space in your room, like your mirrors, like a hotel. It's just like a smaller hotel.
All right. That sounds cool. All right. One of the last things we're going to get on is the New Year's tradition of cutting people off. Like, what I don't understand about this, I just want your opinion on this because it's so prevalent on social media and just in reality, period. Like, people say, okay, well, these people aren't making it into 2020 with me. What I don't understand is when someone does something to you, just why not cut them off then? Like, is it just tradition to wait? Like, you know what? In December, I'm done with your ass.
It's pussy. You got 2 months to show me different. And if you don't show me different in 2 months, I'm cutting your motherfucking ass.
The reason I brought this up, too, because, like, man, I do think, I read a lot of quotes over the last few years, and it was like, I saw one, I think I posted it yesterday, and it said something like, you need to try to engage with people that fit your future instead of your past. Now, a lot of people kind of misinterpret that. It's not saying that. Well, in my interpretation, I don't think it's saying that, okay, you just need to dump all of your friends. You can't fucking speak to them no more. But it's like, if you are headed on a certain path in your life, I think that's great advice, because if you want to reach another level, if you want to prosper in ways that you haven't before, you have to do different things. So I think people look at it a negative way, saying, okay, he cut me off or something like that, but sometimes people need different energy in order to get to where they're trying to go.
Of course.
But just saying that, people still find negativity in that. It's like, okay, well, you don't want me to grow, nigga? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm just saying, okay, if you call me, I won't be there. But, like, as far as, like, and one thing that I've always thought about is, like, you can grow up with people, and a lot of the things that y'all been through was kid shit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily transfer over to who you are now.
Yeah.
And it's not saying that you're a bad person, but if you're not growing, then it's like, okay, spending tons and tons of time together, it's like, it's not beneficial, I don't think.
Yeah. Especially
if you are trying to get somewhere and you have a time frame in which you want to be there. So I think, and I said this because this is the last show before New Year's, you don't have to be an asshole and say, I'm not fucking with you no more in 2020, but if you want to prosper, if you want to make something out of your life, if you want to go certain places, if you have goals, try to be around goal-oriented people, because let's just face it, not everybody that you know is goal-oriented. You know what I mean? It's like when they see you, they want to do the stuff we used to do as a kid. I might not want to smoke weed all day right now. I might not want to do this. I might not want to do that. Don't take it personal. This person is not acting funny. Some people are just not up to the things that you used to do 24/7.
I think the issue, like you said, is, to me, it's like the delivery, right?
Yeah.
So if I am, like, when we see the memes and the memes say, well, I'm going to cut you off. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't trying to move like me, I'm going to cut you off. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's the person that it's coming from. Because I see some people talk about cutting people off, and I'm like, are you really doing shit to where you should be cutting people off, or should they be cutting you off? You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, because that's something everybody want to say. We don't understand our issues. We don't pay attention to that. We pay attention to everybody else. Like, they treat me this way, they do me this way, da-da-da-da. But sometimes it's, okay, good example. It's like the support, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you'll hear people talk about, no, nobody support me. But you don't support nobody either.
Exactly.
Like, you don't share people's stuff to your page either. You don't do certain things either. But you just so concerned with me, who's supporting me, who's doing this for me. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you have to understand when you're the toxic person too. And if somebody says that they're cutting you off, mm-hmm. It's not a diss either. It's just saying we are not the same type of people. Like you said, when you're friends with people as a kid and you grow up, it's like, yeah, sometimes you'll have people that you grow up with that's like, I'm trying to handle business, or I'm trying to do this, or I'm trying to be a better parent, or I'm trying to do this. Great. And then sometimes you get people who like, no, I'm cool with and comfortable with how I'm living my life.
Yeah.
And nothing is wrong with that either. Mm-hmm. But like you said, that's the less time you spend with someone because you no longer have certain things in common.
Exactly.
You have things in common, like when we were younger, we could talk about family. Mm-hmm. But as far as like what we're doing with our lives, mm-hmm. no. And again, it's not to say that yours is any better than theirs. Mm-hmm. It's just that you are not going in the same path. And I think that's the problem. The problem is sometimes we think that we're doing better, so we're going to cut people off. And it's like, but when somebody say it to you, it's like a problem. Like, I'm doing what I need to do, but you may not be doing the same thing.
Exactly. That's why I say people get frustrated and look at you like you're dissing them, but it's like, okay, our paths are just different. Like, it's all about energy when you get older.
Very much.
It should be. For some people, it's not. They don't recognize it, but it's like, okay. That was a good example that you used. When you're around a person or you have a friend that, okay, they're comfortable with what's going on now. Yeah. That's great. I'm not saying don't deal with this friend, don't call, don't stop by every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem with you. I'm not beefing with you. But you do have these people that when you come and you talk to them, like, if you're a goal-oriented person and you talk about things that are important to you, and you could just feel the energy from these people. Yeah. sometimes they even say some shit like kind of downplay what you're doing or something like that. If that type of shit is in the mix, then yeah, I got to cut your ass all the way off.
But
because
then you know what?
Positive feedback, you could give me that. I need that.
But you know what? Then too, I think a lot of times what we do is too, when we do certain things like that, a person just has to see and understand growth, right?
Yeah.
So let's say, like I've had a person that I was cool with, friends with, right? It is what it is. A person I was friends with, they went to jail, right? Mm-hmm. And they recently came home. So we're having this conversation, and then they're like, "Did you know this? Did you know this?" Because of course, they read books when they're in prison.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Did you know this? Did you know this? This happened." And da 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 da. And this is what we need to do as a people. And da 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 da. And I'm like, hold on. I understand that just because and it may have came off negative, but I'm like,
what did you say, Bionica?
I'm happy for your growth, and I'm happy for this and for that. But then when you got somebody like trying to like teach you and preach to you, and you like, dog, I've been on this. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That shit is kind of like, and it could have been taken that I was not supportive, but it's not that I'm not supportive. It's just that sometimes we give information, like, just don't become a know-it-all when you talk about some shit like that, or just like a person that brags too much. Because I feel like you could tell me, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I hope this happens, yeah. And you and I can have a conversation like, yeah, that's cool, and that's dope, and it'd be dope if you did this, or if you did this, and yeah, you should do this. Like, we can have that conversation.
Exactly.
You cannot have that conversation with everybody. And it's not to say that everybody does not appreciate your growth or anything like that, but sometimes it's our delivery too. Like, you can't make it seem like you the shit, and that's why you cutting people off. Like, I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and you still sitting back doing this and that.
Exactly.
Then you become the asshole, and it's like, no one really cares what you're doing anyway, because if you have that type of attitude, your business is going to fucking suck anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's those things. But yeah, sometimes we don't. We have different things going on in our lives. What one person does is, like, you could be trying to start your business, and another person could be going to law school. Mm-hmm. Y'all on two different paths. Not to say that both of y'all ain't doing bomb shit.
Exactly.
But y'all just on two different paths, and it's not crossing anymore. Mm-hmm. So I believe in cutting people off, but I believe in cutting people off like when you can tell there's an issue.
Yeah.
If you've got a time stamp on when you cutting somebody off, then really, is it you the one with the problem? If you really want to say, well, after this date, then that's when I'm going to do it. Like, no, if you know somebody is detrimental to your health, your mm-hmm. mental growth and everything else, why not do it when you find out what the issue is? Like, if I find out
that night.
Like, yeah, if you find out you sick, you're not going to be like, okay, in 2 months, this shit get worse.
Yeah.
I'm just going ahead and go in and see what it is. No, I'm hurting right now.
You might want to go right now. You might not have
you said, did your arm fall off? Yes. But I'm not going until the other one fall off. And if the other one fall off, then I know I'm really sick. No.
Look, I'm right-handed. I don't really care about that motherfucker anyway.
Really was doing me no justice anyway. No, you need to go check now. So if you feel like somebody is bad, then or just not good for you, you don't have to completely cut them off. It's just like all the time, like, I'm not going to spend as much time with this person.
Yeah.
You know, because it's always that I'm not going to spend that much time with this person as I used to, because, like, you know, I'm growing, or I've got this going on, but the easiest way to say, I got this going on, and I know you got that going on in your life, and you got this going, because then the person want to feel like they're important too. So you'd be like, I know you got this going on, you got that, because one, you show that you've been listening to them too, mm-hmm. and then two, you make them seem important, so they like, oh yeah, so I can see why we don't spend as much time as we used to. Boom.
Yeah.
And you didn't leave off on no bad terms. You just like, you know, we're both mm-hmm. busy. We're both busy.
I'm busier than you.
So that way you can leave it at that, and then that person feels good. But it sometimes too, people, and I think it's very important for our mental growth and mental health, you also need to know when you are the toxic one. Mm-hmm. You also need to know when you are the one with the issues. Let's not just blame stuff on other people.
Exactly.
And like, you have absolutely nothing that you could work on for 2020. We all have things that we could work on ourselves. And sometimes when people cut us off, you got to use that same energy. You got to use that same, okay, I can understand that we are not what we need for each other.
Yeah.
I may call you once a month, check on you, see how you and the kids doing.
Exactly.
See how your mom and them doing. And then after that, but we not going out to lunch. We not going out to do this. We not hanging out 24/7. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're not a club person and your friend is, don't bash that person because they're a club person. That's just what they like to do. Mm-hmm. However, you ain't got to be there. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, you don't have to be there. You don't have to, like, they know not to call you because that's not your thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about other stuff. And that's what I try to do with people. I don't really do the whole cutting people off. Because I guess I haven't had anybody in my life that bad to where I'm like, I gotta. Because relationships are not like cutoffs to me. Relationships are just like, we're done.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, cutoffs are like, oh, it's gonna be hard for me to do this, but I gotta let you go.
Yeah.
So relationships are different. So I don't feel like I've had anybody in my life that I had to completely. Oh shit! Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I don't think I had like one or two people in my life that I had to cut off like that. But it's not like I don't want them to be successful. Like I don't want their kids to be good. Like I want you to do good. I just know as far as us being friends,
yeah,
we're two totally different people now, and we're doing different things with our lives. So, and it's not to say that I'm doing something better or they're doing something better or whatever. It's just that they're not coinciding.
Yeah.
I'm
about to say, what the
I
hell?
know I had to get it. I was still swaying.
Chinese for a minute.
I
I
was still swaying. So yeah, so it's just the difference. But like, yeah, just be careful with that cutoff shit. And if it's you, the person that needs to be cut off, I mean, because some of y'all are the ones that need to be cut off.
And the people that need to be cut off those are the people who every fucking year you have somebody to cut off. It's like, okay, if you cut off people in 2017, maybe you use the term friends too loosely.
Yeah.
Because if you cut these people off, I wouldn't think, I'm going to cut half off this year. Look, just be done with who you're done with.
Yeah.
Every year you have to cut somebody off. Those are the people that I think are the ones who really need to be cut off, because there has to be some negativity coming from you. The energy cannot be right if every year somebody is cutting you're cutting somebody off.
Yeah.
It's like, and I've never been the type of person, like, I talk a lot of shit, but it's like, I know there are a lot of things in my life that I need to get together.
Yeah.
I will never say that, okay, well, just because you want to run a news website and have a successful podcast, I'm better than you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm an energy person. When I have conversations with people, and like, look, I will admit, I'm one of those friends that when my friends come by, we talk about whatever, you know what I mean? I first of all, I listen, you know what I mean? Especially if a person takes the lead, starts talking, I'm listening, giving advice. But I'm one of those people that's always going to go back to my goals. So if those type of conversations bother you, then we don't really have a lot to talk about, because if me and you talk for an hour, I don't care if somebody walks in this house right now that I don't know, we can let's say we hang out for most of the day. Within a couple of hours, I'm going to get to these goals. You about to get these goals. You know what I mean? That's just how I am, because that's what I think about 24/7. So it's going to come out when I'm talking to a person, when I feel comfortable with them. And if you're the type of person that a person telling you what they want to do in life, telling you what they, you know what I mean, just expressing themselves, then yeah, maybe you need to be cut off. It's like, why would someone else's energy affect yours or make you exhibit, you know what I mean, negative energy? I don't get it. And there are a lot of people like that.
See, well, I think it's too on how you take things or how you do, because you and I are kind of the opposite, right? Mm-hmm. So I am
definitely
very, very much so. So I like to think that I'm pretty observant when it comes to people, right? Like, I'm the type of person, I'm going to talk to you. Like, hey, you ain't even got to talk to me first. Like, I'm going to talk to you. That's how I met you. Like, I'm a joke with you. It just is what it is. But while
your ass ain't went nowhere. You still here.
But while I'm joking with you, I'm going to see where your head is at too, right? Mm-hmm. Because then I know what type of conversation that I need to have with you. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like just looking at people like, okay, I know I've got friends who I'm like, okay, we could talk about fitness goals. Yeah. Because that's where you at. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I got friends who we could talk about our children, because that's where you at. Mm-hmm. And we have great conversation and keeping it like that. Now, if you're a good friend of mine, or if you're a person who you talking about your goals and different things, mm-hmm. I'm going to talk to you about that. Because I feel like our feedback can be pretty good, whether it's good or bad. Yeah. Because of where your head is at. Like, I've had people, when I first became a mother, I've had people tell me certain things, and just because I was a new time mom, I'm like, I'm not trying to hear this shit. And then I had to calm down, like, they have been doing it a little long. And this is just friends who from Facebook. I'm like,
Yeah.
they have been doing it a little longer. Let me try not to act like an asshole and hear what they saying. And a lot of good advice I got after doing that.
Yeah.
Because that's where you are. And you're like, you know what I mean? And it's not to say there's not more to them than that. But it's just off what we talk about all the time is what it's geared to.
Yeah.
So if I feel like, because you, again, with these conversations with people, you could just, I don't like a negative Nancy on a lot of shit. Not that it's going to affect me from what I'm doing. It's just that I don't want to fucking hear it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, because that's where you are in your life. That's cool. But I don't need you fucking up the vibe of what I got going.
Fucking with my energy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then I feel like I let you do that just by having these conversations with you. I let you do that. So I kind of try to sit and observe people, talk to people, like see where you at. And then I'm like, okay, I see you. And people, the whole time people think, oh, she's just being funny. She's just joking. No, I'm not. I'm
No LOL, goddamn.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to see where you are so that way I can know what type of conversations. And due to these situations, I haven't had many issues as far as with dealing with people. Like, because I stick to the script. I stick to the script of what you're good at.
Yeah.
So even in having different friends, like you kind of know, like your friends, you kind of know this is what we do. Like, you know what I mean? And you know your friends you could talk to about business. Cause you'd be like, okay, you on the same type of shit that I'm on.
Exactly.
I know I can't do this with every friend I got. Not to say that they're not a good friend. You're just good in your lane.
Yeah.
And just like me, all of us can have a lane with our friends. Like, I stop getting mad at my other friends when I see them out doing different shit with different people. Because if I see you clubbing with somebody, I can't get mad at that because that's not who I am anymore.
Exactly.
Not to say that's bad, like I'm better. I'm just saying I don't do that anymore. So I can't get upset when you don't ask me, but I see you out.
Yeah.
Because you know I ain't going.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So I think that's what it is with people. Sometimes we have to observe better. Sometimes we have to know when we are the problem. When we should change ourselves. I think 2020 should be really about self-evaluation.
Exactly.
Oh, we don't do that enough.
That's good, though.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Because you will never, well, I won't say you won't succeed without actually knowing, like evaluating yourself. I couldn't even get that out. I was about to be
See,
Chinese
after I say we fucking up. No.
Once you do that, because I've been, like, in the last 5 years, like, I've done, like, man, I've really changed as far as being open to listening to people, as far as being open to my relationship. It's just like, when you get to the age to where certain things should always be discussed between adults, it's like the conversation level should rise. And when it doesn't with certain people, it's just like I said, you don't have to just necessarily cut them off cold turkey, but it's like, okay. And some people should realize that, okay, this person is excited about his life, or this person is determined. I see the determination in him. I see that he wants this. Yeah. So if a person's energy still, you know what I mean, if your energy can't rise up a little bit, if it's lower, then I just think it's a problem with that. You know what I mean? I just think people should see that, okay, all right, if you're comfortable with doing what you're doing, nobody, like, I would never look down on a person and said, okay, you know what? I'm going to work this job. I got 20 more years I'm going to put in. Like, look, first of all, I think that idea is fucking disgusting. I don't want to do it. But I'm not going to fucking judge you because that's what you want to do. Like, I talk to coworkers every day, and they say, well, man, it was like, shit, you 5 years in, huh? Almost 5, man. Well, how old you? I'm like 42. Oh, man, by the time you're 65, and I listen. I just listen. Yeah. I don't throw any negative energy out there to make them think, okay, well, all right, because that's what they're doing. They're almost there. So when they're telling you that this is what you should do, for me to throw the energy out there like that's stupid, then okay, all right, what are you saying about them? Right. You know what I mean? I had to learn how to check myself with those.
And their way of thinking, because we have to remember, we came from parents who believed that there was no internet to help them out. You know what I mean? Like, podcasting was not, it's either you was on the radio or you wasn't on that shit at all. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Or you just in the house with a microphone.
Who's that? Hello? Is that karaoke? This is it.
What the hell y'all doing?
Who's listening to you? I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm just practicing.
But why you got the headphones on? No. Like, they came from, you have to respect that, because it was people who worked for different companies. Sunshine, who worked for Swift, who worked for the railroad, who Coca-Cola.
Sunshine Biscuits.
You know what I'm saying? Get those Sunshine, who worked CertainT. It was people who were, and I'm just saying places around where we live or whatever. And I'm pretty sure everybody has their factories and different types of places where people worked. And because it was told, if you were to stay on these jobs for so long, you get pensions and you get this and you get the 401k and that was geared toward like success, towards money. Like, you get to a certain age, you don't have to work. You get this pension for years after that. Your kids get it. If not, like, that was it. So there was, for us, we can, even for us, like 30s and 40s, we could still jump on this boat too and be like, let me get some money or let me do something with this, opposed to just looking at other people winning off of this. Yeah. So they may not understand the same way we don't understand where their head is as far as like, I need to stay at this job. Because so for that reason, I never say that, like, especially talking to my mother, because she was at Swift for years and gets a pension from them. So I can never be like, what mind frame raised me, like, this is wrong to think that way. I can say I would like something easier.
Yeah.
But don't we do that, like, to have kids and nieces and nephews and family members to be like, I'd rather for it to be hard for me so it won't be as hard for you.
Yeah.
Because if I could do that for my kid and be like, let me try to figure this shit out so that way for you, you know, it'll be a breeze. I don't want it to be too easy to where your ass just out here wilding. I still want you smart and I still want you to be able to do things on your own, but I do want to make it easier for you.
Exactly.
So I think that's what we all do. So yeah, I don't either. When I hear people talk about they've been at a job for years and they're going to be there for years, they're going to retire from it. It's not that something I want to do, but it's something that if that's your journey and that's what you want for your life, then that's what you want for your life. I don't get upset when people say, well, they climbing a corporate ladder and they like, after this year, I'll be making this much money. And you could say, well, yeah, they're making that money for somebody else, but they could be making money from somebody else and still making more than you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it just depends. Like, everybody's life is different. But like you said, there's a difference from where we want to go. I hope I could do things on my own. I would like to travel. I would like to do communications. I'm cool with that. I would like that. Even if it was working for somebody else where I could still travel and do communications, I would be cool with that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, either way, we working with somebody else, we working for you guys.
I just want more time than money.
Yeah.
Even if I have $10 million in my bank account, I want a whole lot more time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people that if I've already said this, but just time is just so, it's worth so much more than money. Because you can, all right, one example. You can have a person that works 7 days a week.
Yeah.
All month. He has plenty of money. But that person might not be happy because this person can't do certain things that he wants to do. He's like kind of stuck in his job. That mindset, like, hey, a mindset is a powerful fucking thing.
Yeah.
You can be so trained to think that, okay, and sometimes a person could come along and just like kind of open your eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like nothing wrong with, you know what I mean, putting in hard work. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's like, okay, sometimes just some foreign word from a foreign person can just open your eyes and be like, you know what? Maybe I am missing out on life.
Yeah.
Some people get to be 60, 70 years old and like, damn, I missed out on a lot of my life. I need to talk to my kids. You know what I mean?
So they could do something. But the thing I think that comes with hard work that doesn't come with like getting it easier is when hard work, then you see the value of losing. You know what I mean? Like, opposed to you just getting it how you get it. Like, look at all these superstars who just became like an overnight success online. And they like, instead of you capitalizing off of that and doing something else, it's like you stop there. Opposed to people who've worked and know what it is to make $1 every hour. You like, no, this is important. Like,
and when those people get rich, those are the ones who keep the money.
Yeah. You know, like, seriously, they're the ones who be like, well, I got this, or let me, even if I'm doing stocks and I'm working at the same time, I know what it is to actually have to work my ass off and get this money. Opposed to people who just like, guess what? I just sit up here and make $10,000. And then you talk to them later and be like, so what'd you do with the $10,000? Shit, bought a Gucci belt, bought some other shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that for everybody, but I am saying that there's a difference between hard work and then getting it the easy way. So when you got somebody who's done both, like who you actually had to clock in and actually do some shit that you didn't want to fucking do, stand up for hours of shit to make this money, you get the difference of, I know it's just $10,000 to you, but to me, that's a lot of fucking money. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to the hard workers. Shout out to the people who they are teaching, so we can, make it a little bit easier for the next generation to come, but also still telling them about how to make it and how it's not as easy as we may think it is just because we do something quicker than what they did.
Exactly. Shout out to the hard workers and shout out to the motherfuckers who making it easy too. Before we go, I gotta say this about Little Ryan. This motherfucker made $26 million this year. He's 8 years old.
I know who he is.
8 years fucking old. He made $26 million. He's still raking in the goddamn money. Been playing with toys 3 or 4 years on YouTube. 22.9 million subscribers. I wonder how he gonna do his money when he get old.
Listen, sorry, Little Ryan. I tell you what, I know my little pennies wouldn't matter to you, but I walked right past that section when I came. I was like, we are not doing any mystery balls this year. I'm going to know exactly what this kid is getting. I am not stopping by. I'm not getting no mystery packages. Okay.
What's a mystery ball?
Okay, so he got a deal with Nickelodeon. He does a show. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the mystery.
So that's separate from the YouTube stuff?
No, they gave him a deal. Like him and his parents are doing it's kind of like a Double Dare, but for kids.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean?
More money.
Yeah, so he's been doing this show for I think it's July. I know it's been on for a minute. It's been on for a minute. But so he has these it's a mystery. It's whatever's in his little song. So you have to kind of guess certain clues and do certain things to find out what the mystery is in the end. Mm-hmm. So his toys, he has a mystery ball and mystery different little things. So you don't know what you're getting until you buy it. I think they did that with those LOL dolls. You get the big ball and then your kid doesn't know what
an egg or some shit.
Yeah.
I remember those.
And you crack it open and then you try to it's something. So that's the mystery thing.
Wow.
I'm like, no. It's either a dinosaur or a tiger. I'm gonna
or a tiger.
Listen, it's gonna be a raptor or some shit. I need to know exactly what this kid is getting into.
Oh my God. Man. All I want to say is be careful on the cutoffs. You might need some of these people.
And if
don't jump the gun.
And if it's you being cut off, just take it and move on.
Just chill. You might get cut back on. You never know.
That was at me. You cut me off. I called you to let you know I was cutting you up.
You motherfuckers.
Now they on the phone trying to cut off it. I'm cut off. No.
Trying to hurry up and hang up. No, you cut off, nigga. Just be careful with them.
It was that if I had a flip phone.
Motherfucker can't push in quick enough. See, that's why I don't like these cell phones.
The screen gets stuck. The other person got a Motorola. They
I was on the house phone, nigga. Click.
You caught me on the cordless.
Be careful on the cutoffs, but make sure you do what's good for you in 2020. Do, like Bianca said, do a lot of self-evaluation. Yes. Evaluate your circle. Just think about what you want to do in this new year. I mean, I know it's strange that we just take a certain week and say we're about to prepare for the rest of our life when we could do it the whole prior year. But even if that's the time frame that you give yourself, make sure you just fully examine the whole situation. Look at it for what it is. Look at yourself. You got to. Because if you don't, then a lot of the moves that you want to make might not work out for you because you may be the problem.
I have to be just a little ignorant.
A little ignorant.
A little ignorant. Can you believe that just 20 years ago, Cash Money was taking over for the 99 and the 2000?
That's a long time, though.
And 20 years later.
Where them niggas at?
Hey. Y'all did it, though. Y'all lasted. Y'all did y'all time.
What if they come back for the 19 and the 2020? I think that'll be cool.
I will say this. I think if Cash Money, and no, if y'all can argue with me all y'all want to, okay? Y'all can. Don't get me wrong. I was a No Limit soldier for years. But I think if Cash Money came out, I don't think that they will due to the breakup. But I think if they did come out, it's kind of looking like they come back will be harder than No Limit. So
yeah, probably so.
It's looking like if they got back together, theirs would come a little harder.
I don't think Pete won't in no more. He making noodles and rap snacks now. I don't think the rap game is for him no more.
You think after that St. Louis show? I don't know. I saw that boy Silk talking about they was gonna be in Nebraska.
No, Silk.
I saw him.
I didn't even think Silk was a part of the tour. Is he back up there?
He gotta gotta be up there.
Man, well, you right. He was a big part. But
Yeah, he gotta be. It gotta be him. It gotta be Mr. Magic gone. Rest his soul.
yeah, he was dope.
He was dope. It's him, Mia X, my girl. C Murder is, but
I keep saying C Murder getting out, but I've been hearing this shit for like 5 years.
I saw a release and then I saw him in there. I said, did they
let this nigga out? What the fuck?
Did they pick him up? He got out. They picked his ass back up again. So
I don't know what's going on with C Murder.
Mystical is there. Who is? They had somebody else too. I don't know. They had a bunch of people.
Yeah,
but they didn't have like a lot of people they should have had. Like I didn't see Mac there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Fiend there. There was a couple of people I did not see.
You bringing up some names?
You know what I'm saying? Some old school.
Mac and Fiend.
Listen, I was a soldier. I used to be like, where my soldier rag, mama? Like, did you wash?
God damn it, where my soldier rag?
It's in the dryer. I ain't even. Did you just put the load in?
You better iron that motherfucker when you get it out. I told you about my rags.
She's like, it was tied up on the ends. I had to straighten it out. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. It's a soldier rag.
Oh my God.
So yeah, but if y'all do a 20-year comeback though, that mug will be.
That would be dope.
That'll be dope. I would go to that one.
I think I'm gonna stir the pot a little bit on Facebook.
Make sure it's cooking right. Guess what, niggas?
I'm gonna make a meme as soon as we get off of this damn post. We need it. You know it's been 20 years since them niggas took over.
They gonna be like, that don't even look like Juvenile. Shut your ass up.
Ain't no damn Juvenile.
It's a nigga with glasses on.
Nigga out here looking like adult. Nigga, that is not Juvenile. God damn it.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for
Man.
with us. I missed you. I missed you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. She's been traveling the world like Carmen Sandiego, and
where in the world? All I need was that trench coat. Hey, she used to be. Carmen used to be fly as shit with that hat.
Oh my God!
I think everybody secretly wanted to be like, and you can't find her ass either.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Like she be all around the world traveling.
Man, I want to do that. Hopefully, and we got to thank y'all too. This podcast this year, the first year. And it hasn't even been a full second year. We started in February. And, like, the numbers, I'm going to show Bianca before she leaves, too. It's like the first few dots on that chart, they were, like, really, really low. And now it's like, seriously, in one day, we get more listens than we used to get in a month. The first few months. Like, it took a little while to take off. Hopefully, y'all keep on putting y'all hands on us. Y'all and God, and make this take off. We don't want to work no more.
Not at all. And if we can help you not work too, we'll try to find a way. But you got to get us there first.
Exactly. Get us there. Happy New Year. Hope y'all had a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate everything and all that you do.
Everything. And make sure you don't get cut off. And don't cut off too many people. You might need a ride one day.